By implementing the navigation bar, we now have a spot to display the active user. While we haven't actually implemented any real authentication yet, we can fake an active user in order to go ahead and get all user-focused UI into the browser. Then, when we do implement auth, we just have to plug it into the UI. So, what do we need to know to fake the user? Well, when we have a logged in or authenticated user, we will need to know that user's ID. Since the logged in user will be global to the application, let's keep up with that ID in Vuex. Let's add a property to the state called authID and store it there. To do that, we can use the spread operator to spread the source data and then add our new property below. In order to work with a user from our JSON file, the authID must be an ID that exists in the user's object. I will use Batman's ID. We can go get that from the data.json file now. Using the authID, we can grab the authenticated user from the state. We can do that in every place we need to access the user, or we can create a getter that we can use everywhere around our application. The getter is definitely the more appropriate option for this global type data, so I'll go with that. We can name this getter something like auth user. It needs only the state, and here we can find the user under state.users using the authID. Now we're ready to use our getter in the nav bar. There are a lot of ways to access a getter here. I could reference the store directly in the template. I could set a computed property that returns the data we need from the store. Or we can use Vuex's map getters helper. I think map getters is the cleanest looking, so I'll use that. Let's start by importing it at the top of our script tag. Then, inside of the computed option, I'll use the spread operator with map getters to access the auth user getter. In the template, we will replace the user image with the user's avatar. For accessibility's sake, let's also set the alt on the image. And we also want to show the name. I'll leave the href for now, since we haven't implemented the user profile page yet. We'll get to that in the next lesson. Alright, let's go check it out in the browser. It looks nice. We see our name and our avatar. So, if we switch the auth ID with another user's ID, like Alex's, we will see the new user's details in the browser.